Everything's on? We'll now call the meeting for the Board of Trustees for Caribou Utilities District for September the 18th, 2024. First item on the agenda, approve the minutes of the August 14th, 2024 monthly meeting.
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor? Aye. Approve the budget and financial reports for August 2024. Any questions on the budget?
So moved.
Second.
Any questions?
I had some, when we're talking financial,
Yeah, any questions?
I probably missed it at the last meeting, so I apologize. Under wastewater, there seem to be 4 items that are relatively high over budget for this early in the year.
Which account are you talking?
Yep.
Okay.
My eyes are bad tonight. Office expenses, 702.
Right, no, that is true. And there's really nothing I can do about it because we use that as a catch-all for, we have all of our yearly renewals for our Continental and for our Neptune meters. This all goes into the office. It's not strictly office supplies. In fact, I have an itemized just roughly so you would know. 21% of our total budget for water and wastewater is for outsourcing of our bills and our payroll. 33% is for the annual subscriptions, like I was just talking about, the renewal, which come once a year. 5% for postage, 14% is for the employee for use of their personal phone. GWI is included in that percent, and advertising as well. And then, of course, we had a large travel expense earlier. So roughly the office supplies, per se, is like 10%. That's for the paper and envelopes and pencils. So maybe another year we can look at that a little different and maybe put categories under
Some
that.
sub-accounts, I think would be a good idea on that one.
What was the other one,
All
Jay?
of Hugh's expenses there, Jay, that he had all of Hugh's expenses that he turned in there.
Okay,
That's all gone into that, I think.
thank you.
The old ones.
I remember that now that you said that. Thank you. I think it's 508 plant maintenance and repair.
Okay, this is all
Under wastewater.
Under the wastewater. Yes, let's see what is under that one. There's, yes, I haven't got an itemized of that this month, but yes, it is. We only had like $800, but it is. And the next one too, Jay, you're probably about the lab supplies. That has increased as well, but that would include all the gloves and the postage for the tests and phosphorus that they have to get and different items like that. Did you have something on the water side too?
No, I think I'm all set.
Anybody else have a question?
We have a motion and a second to approve. All those in favor? Favor. Project updates.
Yes.
John, are you gonna,
Yep,
all right,
I'm gonna jump right in. So I'm actually meeting Derek and Fred and I and Jim Lord are meeting tomorrow, so I get a better idea of kind of where the engineer stands on everything, where the district stands. But as for the things that are listed here, I can give you an update on the items that are listed. So the booster station punch list, we believe, is complete. Jim's going to double check a few things when he's here tomorrow. And we want to make sure that all those items are completed before we send the final pay rec to APEX. We want to make sure that the work is fully done.
Are the crews satisfied or happy with that project, how it came out?
They are, yeah. And I know that there was an issue with installation.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that hasn't been done yet.
it's been dug out, yeah.
It has?
Yeah, they dug it out the mini excavator and,
Okay,
yeah, and put it back in.
a few days ago, okay.
I want to say it was before I started, so it's been a few weeks.
Okay, maybe I missed it then. And it grew back.
Yeah, the grass actually came back pretty well. The river crossing, we heard back from the drinking water program on the environmental impact study that's been completed. And there's no significant impact designation, so that there's a public notice that will go out with that as well.
Was there something to do with the Corps of Engineers with that too?
There will, I believe there will be. I'm not
Will be,
sure.
okay.
Yeah, I don't. I'll check with Jim tomorrow. I don't know where the Army Corps' responsibility stops on a river, but they probably will be involved.
Yeah, you'll have to have a permit for sure.
John, could I mention just one thing
course.
about the river crossing?
Mhm.
Jim Lord had applied for a grant for us for the study. We received the first of the grant money today. It was $66,000. And this is all for expenses that were paid last year that we sent in. The amount was over the 66, but that is all we could apply for right now.
So
That's good to
that was
hear.
good news. Yep. Moving on to the wastewater side, the Grimes Phase 2, there's no movement on that yet. Not until I think we get closer to knowing that the CDS grant money is intact in the federal budget. I don't think we want to go too far into that.
Yeah.
And I've got to meet with Penny regarding the Chadwick extension. I'm not sure where that stands. The FEMA funding application has been submitted. They had a couple of questions, a couple of comments on the application, so we're going to rework the issues that they have and get it sent back out. I think that's all I've got for project updates. Is there any questions or anything?
Well, I guess at some point we should all get together, maybe the first of next year, and look at our capital project strategy and come up with revise our plan, I guess.
Right, yeah. I've spent part of the mornings over the last few weeks touring a few pump stations, a few lift stations at a time, and just put my eyes on everything. And although they are in, I would say, fairly good condition, nothing lasts forever. So I think coming up with a preventative maintenance schedule on that stuff could probably save money on doing stuff before it gets too far gone. So, but yeah, I think that's a great idea to kind of reassess what strategy we want to take moving forward.
Yeah, I feel Grimes Phase 2 is pretty critical in my eyes.
For sure, yeah, for sure.
Get the SCADA put in and the stuff we need there.
And the rehab on those two main pump stations that pump, one's nearly 100% of the town's flow, and the other one is 100% of the flow.
So I completely agree with Dave, but is the first of the year too late? I mean, I think we're going to start to set a budget here probably within the next month or two, right? And, do we need to be starting to look for that kind of stuff earlier? Or should we?
Maybe, although I think there's a fair amount of projects that are kind of already started, so maybe that is the 2025 work is kind of what's already listed here tonight. But yeah, I'm not opposed to meeting earlier if you prefer to do that as well.
Heat pump siding and roof repair.
Yeah, so A&M Construction last weekend stripped and shingled the 4-bay garage in the office, so that the roof is complete on both. They stripped the siding on the office and they've installed about half of the new siding, so they're moving right along.
taking out the air conditioners and everything.
That's been taken out, the holes have been,
Yeah.
boarded in and blue boarded on the outside, and then, the Caribou crew will come in this winter and we'll box it in and fix the sheetrock ourselves on the inside.
We never voted as a board to approve this. We did the heat pumps, I think. But I'd like to make a motion that we accept the bids and the project on the siding and the roof repair, so we'd have a record that,
Last month, didn't we date?
we kind of left it up to Gary, but we never really made a motion to that effect.
We approved the motion
Yes,
to
we
do it.
did, because we were awarding it to Haney.
And then they couldn't meet the criteria, so we
Yeah.
did it with A&M.
So we're covered. We're
Yeah,
good.
we made the motion and approved it here to do it. And it was left to me to,
Okay, well, good.
Yeah, it's in
Okay.
the minutes.
Clean up the details, right?
yeah,
And, as for the heat pumps, we're still waiting to hear back from Efficiency Maine of what their, grants will be for the units.
but it appears the grants are still available and we should be eligible for them.
Correct, yes, yeah.
And it's still at 4 individual unit strategy and not a,
That's where it stands right now.
Okay.
If the rebates have changed or we don't qualify fully for them, maybe we'll have to reassess, but to see what's most cost effective. But,
Okay. Any other issues?
I don't have any issues, but I see the crews are real busy this week.
they've been doing a great job.
Yeah.
It's, in the heat of the last few days, and they're being pushed pretty hard by the contractor to get all the manholes lowered so they can grind through, and now they're going to be paving within like 3 days, so now they've got to build them all back up in 3 days.
I was
So,
wondering when I drove in, I thought those were higher than that.
yeah,
They
that's
are.
why they've lowered them down. They lowered them down so the grinder could go over the top, and then now they've got to be built back up.
Because I was thinking, boy, they're not, that hot top's not going to
And
be
did
very
you say
big.
that you're
Kind
gonna
of
start
bass
working
backwards?
on the road itself in 3 days?
Because they did something,
3 days, that's when they're supposed to start hot topping it, yes.
Yeah,
yeah, they did something earlier to all those too, didn't they? And they had to go back and undo it?
So all the Watergate boxes had to be loosened so they could be just pushed down out of the way, and then
Oh,
those
okay,
will
all
go back up.
right.
And so I think they worked on that. That's the easier of the two tasks.
Because I thought a
But
month
it's
or so
easy,
ago they were out there doing stuff. too.
Right, I think they've started doing some prep, but the manholes are hard to do until almost it's
Yeah.
time to right before. So.
Yeah, they had their hands full.
I do have another, we need a motion to add myself to all the bank statements and, or to all the bank and credit union accounts.
So moved.
Didn't we
Okay.
just do that? When we signed those papers?
They needed it put in the
Yeah,
minutes.
yeah,
Oh,
they need it
okay.
in the minutes, yeah.
I didn't hear a second.
I
Okay,
second it.
All those in favor? Don?
I have a question on, I have a hard time with lawyer speak, but we're done with the merit case. Has that been dismissed? That last,
Not yet.
Yeah, I
No,
don't think,
it hasn't.
not quite, yeah.
No,
The
it
judge
hasn't.
hasn't ruled on it.
I thought it said something about,
There is a motion to dismiss the dismiss.
Yeah.
But
And they,
that hasn't been dealt with by the judge yet, so it's still,
okay.
I see some activity there this week. I don't know, maybe
Oh, well.
they're fixing it up or something.
all right, anything else? No?
No.
Sue?
Yes, I
John?
mentioned about the rate case. I think I had sent an email to all of you. Our rate case had been suspended because there were errors.
Yep.
I have sent, well, John, 3 different corrections, And it has nothing to do with the residential, commercial, industrial, nothing. It was all with the city hydrants and the sprinklers. So we sent our last one in last Friday. And I had a note from the PUC today, and it looks to me as though they have taken the one prior to that out of the case docket and put the new one in. And that's all I know. But we did change the effective date into November 1st. And by doing that, we will be able to put our ad in the paper. We will have to have a corrected notice for everyone, residential, all the rates. And then it has to be in the newspaper, so.
So the residential rates haven't gone up yet then?
No.
No.
They wouldn't, they didn't do it because
No.
the rest of it was in error.
I must have used more water, because mine went up $6. Better go and check everything when I go home.
Maybe there were 5 Mondays in the month and you had to take 2 showers.
That's a shame. Mine went down 13.
Maybe people
Did
are
it really?
stealing
Yeah.
it here, because it said this morning that people were stealing water in the city.
Maybe somebody's turning my
That's less than a
cap on
minute.
outside.
Yeah, better
you-
check if you have a hose outside going across.
Have you looked at your Versant bill lately?
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
Rates.
$13 surcharge?
yeah, but you know what bothers me the most about that? I have a shed up the road. All
So
I
do I.
got there is a light. And then wherever lights go on and somebody goes in, and I get the surcharge the same size as that, as on the house where I spend $200 a month.
$3. Same, I got a shop, and normally my bill is $9.85 there.
Some solar lights in
And now the $13.50 is on the $9.85, so
That's the way it
now it's
is.
like $23 or something.
Yeah.
Just ridiculous.
Fun, isn't it?
Anyway, I'm sure somebody needs the power, so that's why we're paying it.
It's, the Representative Versant said it was, the legislature approved it so they could recoup their losses from all the solar benefits they provided, for the net metering.
Yeah.
And it's good, it's gonna be on for at least a year.
Till the next problem.
I think the last thing that I have for tonight is Jay and Phil, your terms are up at the end of the year. If you're interested in running again, there's an application for standing committees that we have copies for. We'll take a look
I
at
think
it.
I'm gonna be done. I'm still waiting for my retirement check from the city.
Did you hear that, Penny?
Don't pay your taxes and see what happens.
I already paid that. I don't fool around, I pay my bills.
Thanks for the contact list.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
The girls were making it, and I said I would give one to all of you. It's right up the back of your packet.
Now I can go throw my other one away. When do those gotta be in, just in case?
December 31st, I believe, isn't it, for the, all the committees? Yes, but that is,
Because our meeting will be January 2nd, so I'll have to have a packet out before.
You only have one meeting in December, right? First meeting? So no later than that?
So probably want it by mid-December with the holidays. It's hard to.
Will there be a notice in the
I-
paper?
I'll keep,
I'm sure Danielle will put a notice in the paper.
I'll keep that in mind just in case.
I was just going through the list today, and I noticed, so that's why I asked John to mention it.
Position month to month.
So I think that's all that I have.
One thing on here that should have been changed on that list,
What is that?
it says that Dave Vallier's term is up 12/31/2023. Well, come here, here.
It's for the money. It's for the money.
Speak to Tamara and make the correction.
Motion to adjourn?
Yeah,
Second?
all those in favor? All right.
Thank you all.
Thank you.
My term ends 2025, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well.
Should be.
Was it 2025 or 2026?
No, I believe it's
25.
25. I believe it's 25.
Yeah, this is year 2 of my 3-year.